Should I chat in here?
No. Actually, yeah, that looks okay. It looks different on the. There's no audio, right?
Not audio yet. So we had 3 and out, punt, big run by Cox, interception. And now here we are.
Is there audio on?
There's audio definitely going.
From who?
Maybe from the camera. I just heard you.
Nice. Well, maybe mine's on. Hello? Can you hear me, Kevin? We got a 3rd and 6. Husker football.
Alrighty, folks, welcome into 810 Varsity. Had some technical difficulties getting started here, but here we are, we're live. What you missed, 8:01 left in the first quarter here, score 0-0. Stags kicked off to the Huskies to start the game. Blue Valley Northwest went 3 and out, punted it to Miege. Miege then, after a good punt return, turned it over with an interception. Huskies got the ball back here at about the 10, and they're going to have to punt again. And we got a good punt, a high, short kick. Receives it with some momentum, and he's going to be chopped down at the 40-yard line. Huskies say, not up in here.
It's a great field position, Kevin, for the Stags to take over on the 35 of the Huskers.
And that smooth, buttery voice right there, that's my co-host, Sean Halpin. Welcome into the booth, Sean.
Kevin, good to be here.
And I'll be your play-by-play. Sean will be here for some analysis. Full disclosure, just getting things up and running. We're hoping you hear us. After that play, it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Try.
Illegal procedure, Bishop Miege.
Just one.
Which one did you unplug? Yours sounded a lot better than mine. I don't know which audio it is. They're both still plugged in. No, yours sounded better.
Good for a gain of about 7 and a first down for the Stags. That's Hudson Bentley on the reception on that little fly sweep.
I don't know if you can hear me.
Stags give it up the middle. Not a lot going there. And that'll bring up second down and goal for the Stags. Still no score. 5 minutes left here in the first quarter. It's going to be a play action. Pedrati looks to his right. He's got Moeller, and it's just a little too high and incomplete. Now, if you ask Pedrati, he'll say, I should have made a better pass. And if you ask Moeller, he'll say, yeah, that hit me in the hands. I should have had that one. So that'll bring up third down and goal for the Stags. Cobbins in the pistol. Pedrati with the play action. Again, he's rolling to his right. And he's going to keep it. Lower his shoulders, and Pedrati is in for the first score of the game. Pedrati with the fake sweep to the left. Rolls right. And when no one's open, he gives one last pump fake, then lowers his shoulders, and he's into the end zone.
Sounds great.
So that'll make it 6-0 Stags. 5:22 remaining in the first quarter. It's going to be Pedrati, the left-footed kicker, right-handed thrower, to attempt the extra point. Pedrati puts it through the uprights and good, and that'll be 7-0 Stags. So the Stags jump out to the early lead. We've had a few technical difficulties working on the video, but a little bit of a recap to start the game. The Stags deferred and kicked off to the Huskies. Huskies went 3 and out. Stags had a drive going after the 3 and out, but the senior quarterback Pedrati threw an interception. Then the Huskies went 3 and out on that next possession. Had to punt. Stags had good field position, started at about the 35. Drove 35 yards, the big play being a fly sweep to Hudson Bentley. And then Pedrati on a play action ran it in for himself from about 5 yards out. And now at about the 24-yard line. So that'll bring up first down and 10. Blue Valley Northwest. Huskies in the shotgun. Trips to the right. Going to be looking right. And now he's going to be gobbled up in the backfield by about 3 different Stags. Let's see if we can get a number who was first to meet him. Looked like it was Colin Williams who was the first to say hello in the backfield. So that'll bring up second and long, about 16 for the Huskies. Huskies in the pistol. Twins to the left and right, a balanced look. Looking to the sideline. Over at first-year head coach Clint Ryder. And we've got a flag. And from the side judge, that usually means one of two things. We either got a legal formation or an offsides. And welcome back in. Stags 7, Huskies nothing here with 3:33 remaining. The Huskies just had their third consecutive 3 and out. So the Stags are going to take over at their own 46. And the give's going to be up the middle. Not much happening there. Looks like he might get one. That'll bring up 2nd and 9. The give was to Cobbins, and he had nowhere to go. So Pedrati out of the gun, going to give it to Cobbins again, who's got a lot of room to the left, and he's going to keep rumbling and bumbling up the sideline to the tune of 18 yards. And so a big play by Cobbins on the power play around the left. And he picks up a big gain. It's going to be 1st down in Stags now. Pedrati with Cobbins to his left. Motion man. Looks to his right. He's going to fire out to the near side. That's going to be Jude Putz, the sophomore, on the catch. So he brought Putz in motion across the formation and then went that way with the pass for a nice gain of 8 yards. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 2 for the Stags. And the give is going to be to Cobbins up the middle. Cobbins has some space, dives forward for a gain of 6. And Cobbins is starting to find his rhythm after 2 big chunk plays in a row now. And the Stags offense is moving. 1st down and 10, 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. Cobbins to the right. And the give is to Cobbins around the left. Cobbins cuts it up inside for a gain of about 5. And Cobbins, who's battled some injuries this year, sure looks good tonight. Already having some big chunk plays for the Stags, and he's really been the catalyst of this offense, much like he's been all year. The Stags are showing a 2-back look with Deontay Parker, who motions out wide, and there's Cobbins on the give up the middle, and he reaches out, but he's going to be marked just short of the goal line. But that'll be a 1st down, so it'll be 1st and goal on the 1-yard line for the Stags. So here we are, 1st and goal, Cobbins and Parker in the backfield, and who else but Bryson Cobbins up the middle, and actually they're going to say he stopped short. A big hit from the Husky defender. And folks, I'm just going to come out right now and apologize about getting names right for the Huskies because their uniforms are white on white. I cannot see the numbers. So if I miss your favorite player, I apologize. I have a roster, but like I said, white on white, making it difficult on the broadcast. But there's a toss sweep to the left. Cobbins gets in. Touchdown Stags. 13-0 now Stags. They get that one in just before the quarter ends. 41 seconds left in the first. And here's the quarterback, Pedrati, to kick the extra point. Good snap, good hold. Kick up and good. 14-0 Stags. So tonight, so far, it's been all Stags besides the one interception from Pedrati. The Huskies offense has not found a way to get going. They have not picked up a 1st down yet tonight. And the Stags now have a 14-0 lead. So a tale of 2 different seasons here for the Stags and Huskies. The Stags, a well-established program. Only 2 losses on the year, 5-2. The Huskies, on the other hand, have a first-year coach in Clint Ryder. And so far, the Huskies are winless on the season. They have put up some competitive games, and they're just that close to their first win. And they're seeking that tonight in an upset in the form of beating the Stags, but they're down 14-0 early. Good kick from Downing to the 10. And some shifty moves by the Blue Valley Northwest return man to get it all the way to the 30. And that's where the Huskies will take over. So it'll be first down and 10, 35 seconds left in the first quarter. And here come the Blue Valley Northwest Huskies. Out of the pistol, swing pass to the right. Gonna make a move. Oh, and I'm hearing ball from the Stags. And we're sorting things out. And it looks like the Huskies are gonna retain possession there. Okay, it looks like I can finally see his number. We got Mikey Pauley at quarterback for the Huskies here. Mikey, just a freshman. And we got whistles before we can get the snap off. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Stags 14, Huskies 0.
We don't have to.
I thought you were putting it out there.
No.
I was ready for a commercial break. All right, so did he text you anything else? What do you mean by don't get cute? Like don't do two microphones, or is he talking about my commentary?
Maybe both. I think he was talking about the commentary.
I thought he was talking about.
Maybe he was talking about that. He said
What?
audio bad. Should we do just one? And don't be cute. One. So I think you're talking about.
My commentary? Welcome back. Start of the second quarter. Huskies with the ball and a nice little post route. That's going to be a big gain for the Huskies there. A nice throw by Pauley. And so the Huskies offense with a bit of momentum now, picking up a couple first downs. Pauley looks to the sideline. They've got about 3 coaches signaling in the play. Pauley, hand on his hips, got the play in the pistol. And throw's going to be to the far side, complete. And a good play by the Huskies there. Pick up a gain of 5 on the hitch route. That's going to bring up 2nd and 4 here for the Huskies. So the Huskies elect to go no huddle, and then they like to check with the coach. And Pauley brings it down, and he's going to be absolutely crushed behind the line for a sack. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and long for the Huskies. And that's a spot that you don't want to be in against the Stags. Jalen Williams, the senior right defensive end, he can bring some pressure, especially in an obvious passing down like we have here. So Pauley looks, and he's going to gets it off deep down the right side, overthrows his receiver. Coverage there by Jalen Scruggs. And that's going to force the Huskies to punt for the 4th consecutive possession. So again, the Huskies not able to do much at all on offense. They were able to pick up a first down But now their punter is going to get his 4th punt of the night. Good snap. Gets the punt off. A good kick. He's going to have some room to return it, but he muffs it. And the ball's on the deck, and it looks like the Stags have picked it up. That was close to disaster for the Bishop Miege Stags. The punt went right through the returner, Timothy Dorsey's arms. And it almost was Huskies' ball deep in Stag territory, but the Stags were able to jump on this rock. And now they're going to take over right there at the 12-yard line, so they've got 88 yards to go. And if I'm a betting man, I think it's going to be a heavy dose of Cobbins here. But, of course, the drop back from Pedrati. He's going deep, and he's got his man. And it's a foot race to the end zone, and they're not going to catch him. Touchdown, Stags. And, wow, Pedrati put that one on the money. So an 88-yard touchdown pass for the Stags, and that's a heck of a play. And I believe that's Felipe Wesley hauling that one in. So now Pedrati to attempt the extra point to make this a 21-0 game. A low kick, and it's no good. So it's going to be 20-0. And we will rejoin you after this short break. And a short kick by Downing, fielded at about the 20. And he's going to be wrapped up and thrown to the ground by Mikey Welsh, the junior for the Stags. So the Stags, if you're just joining us, just scored on an 88-yard touchdown pass from Sam Pedrati to Felipe Wesley. You'll notice Felipe Wesley wearing number 18 tonight, and we'll get to that in just a little bit. But for now, it's going to be 1st and 10 right here for the Huskies. And the freshman signal caller looks to the sideline, gets the play. And I think what the Huskies need to try to do here is try to just pick up first downs. And there's an interception. It goes off the face mask of the receiver right into the hands of Downing, but we've got some laundry on the field, and it might be a roughing the passer, so this could be coming back. It looked like Max Van Meter got in there, and yes, he did hit the quarterback late. We'll see if it was after the play. It looks like it was after the interception took place. So it's still going to be Stags ball. So it was not roughing the passer. What happened, interception by Downing. 52, Max Van Meter went to block the quarterback, and referees don't like that. So he blocked the quarterback, was not necessary. He gets called for the penalty as he should have. And so that's going to back the Stags up 15 yards, but they will retain possession. And folks, like I was saying on the far side, you'll see Felipe Wesley wearing number 18 tonight. He usually wears number 11, but he had his cousin tragically pass away this week. And so he's wearing number 18 in honor of his cousin. And it gives you chills just thinking about how on this night, wearing his cousin's number, he just catches an 88-yard touchdown. Pretty special. Back to the action. Pedrati to Cobbins. It's going to be a reverse, and there's nobody home. Pedrati's the lead blocker like sunshine from Remember the Titans, and he paves the way for a touchdown by Jalen Scruggs. So that looked like a fake 23 blast with a backside George reverse straight out of Coach Herman Boone's playbook. Nobody home on the reverse. Pedrati's out like sunshine, leading the way for Rev. And they take it about 40 yards on the reverse for a touchdown. Pedrati adds the extra point. And it's an incredible play here by the Stags. Some trickery off the turnover, 27-0 with 9 minutes and 24 seconds left, and we'll go to break and we'll see you after. That might be my greatest call of all time. Fake 23 blast was a backside George reverse. Like your life depended on it. Is that too cutesy?
No, that's boring. We're eating that up.
All right, so welcome back here to the action. 27-0 Stags. Stags just had a turnover and then a reverse play that went 40 yards for a touchdown. Now they kick it off, a short kick from Downing to the 15, received by the Huskies. He's got some room. Oh, and the ball comes out. And we'll see it's a scrum. Each team saying they have it. And the refs are going to sort this thing out. It looked like Downing got in there and caused the fumble. The Stags think they have it. And the Stags indeed do have it. So back-to-back turnovers for the Stags. And Downing, who plays middle linebacker, is also the kicker. So when you're the return man, you're not running into Adam Vinatieri. You're running into Brian Urlacher, who also plays kicker. So he makes it through the first cut, and then he meets the linebacker slash kicker, and he's able to strip the ball, and the Stags are able to recover it. So 27-0 Stags, and the Huskies need a stop here. This one could get a little bit out of hand. So Pedrati and Cobbins in the backfield. First down and 10. Snap goes to Pedrati. A pump fake. He's got a man deep, and he's going to walk right into the end zone. That is putts on the touchdown pass, and the Stags are making it look easy. So the Stags off the turnover twice in a row have scored on the next play. So that's going to be 13 unanswered, possibly 14. And a great play design there by the Stags and John Holmes. It was a fake bubble screen. We see a lot of those bubble screen, quick screens that the Stags run. Well, they faked that. The blocker released upfield, and there was nobody home as everyone jumped the quick screen route. And there it is, 6 points, folks. Made it look easy. I can't wait to re-listen to that call. We're good. You can let this one.
Yeah, dude, that's pretty funny.
And welcome back into the broadcast. Downing going to kick again. Last kickoff resulted in a fumble and then a quick Stags touchdown on the first play. So here come the Huskies to return it. Ball security is job security here, and the Stags are ripping at it. And they're not going to get it. The Huskies do a good job hanging on to the ball. That looked like Edward Thomas on the return for the Huskies. And again, for all the Northwest Huskies fans watching, I'm apologizing if I'm not getting all the names out there. They're wearing white jerseys with white numbers, and it's very difficult to see who is who. But it's going to be Mikey Pauley taking snaps, the 6'4" freshman. And there's the give. There's the give to Avion Tucker, it looked like. So that'll bring up 2nd down and 10 here for the Huskies. And the Huskies really need to get something going here. 34-0 is the score. But they can't. Oh, and they got a man down the seam, and he's just past his outstretched arms. And that's just past the receiver, Sturdyvant, who tried to get it. And one thing the Huskies need to remember is that they can't score 34 points in one play. So they need to take it 1 first down at a time and move the sticks and keep the Stags offense on the field to keep this thing close. So now Huskies, 3rd down, 17. Going to look on the slant route, and it's going to be thrown behind the receiver. That's going to be thrown to Sturdyvant again. And he cannot come up with it, so that's going to force out the punt unit and 3 incompletions. And just a minute coming off the clock, so they're going to get the ball back to the Stags with 8 minutes left in the half. And it's going to be Felipe Wesley deep for the Stags. And they're just got that punt off, a high spiraling one. Fair catch called for at about the 52. So the high-powered Stags offense is going to take over there. So far, the Huskies have had no answer on defense since that first possession. On the first possession for the Stags, Pedrati threw an interception. But since then, it has been a well-oiled machine. A heavy dose of Bryson Cobbins, Felipe Wesley, and also the sophomore Jude Putz getting involved. So Pedrati with Cobbins to his left. Looks to his right. Another pump fake. And he's going to go deep again. And that's going to be incomplete. A nice play on defense by Luke Vega. So Luke Vega, the senior, makes a great play defending that one. And that's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. Cobbins to the right. Pedrati in the shotgun, and going to be a play action, and he's got Hudson Bentley across the middle. That's going to be a gain of about 20, but let's hold it right there because we got a flag on the field, illegal man downfield. So that's going to be a repeat of the down after we back the Stags up. So a play action pass to Hudson Bentley is going to be backed up 5. Due to the illegal man downfield penalty. And that's where the Stags will have it at about the 43-yard line. And the Stags up 34-0 are keeping their foot on the throttle, not afraid to still throw the ball deep. We'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Looks like it's going to be a screen to Cobbins. They faked it right, left, came back right. And a nice little screen play to Cobbins, who is going to be near the 1st down. It's going to be close to 15 yards, and they are going to give him the first, move the change. So a nice little fake swing pass to the right. Come back to Cobbins, who's able to pick up 15. That looked like big 79 out there. Josh Muir throwing some blocks, the big man. Athletic, running downfield. You love to see that. And here's the give to the backup running back, and he's got a lot of room. And he's going to drag a defender down to the 3-yard line. That's Deontay Parker, the junior, making the most of his carry there. And he goes right up the middle, makes the first man miss. And then he's 30 yards down the field before he's dragged down at the 3-yard line. Let's see if they... Oh, we got a stoppage in play here. And the referee is having a conversation with Miege coach John Holmes, but now they're going to go ahead and start the game clock. So it's still Parker in the backfield. Let's see if they reward him with the touchdown. The give is to Parker, and it looks like he's going to be stuffed. A good play by the Husky front seven. And this Husky team is not quitting. They're still hustling, trying whatever they can to keep them in the ball game. A goal line stand could certainly do that. 6:44 and counting left in the half. And it's going to be Parker still in the game. And a bad snap, and it's a busted play. And Pedrati's going to do the smart thing and just get on the ground. And that's going to be a loss of 8. And so a bad snap, busted play, brings the Stags back 3rd and goal from the 10.5-yard line. Cobbins is going to check back in. Parker stays in, so they got 2 running backs. Nobody to the near side. Twins to the far side, and it's going to be, oh, he's got him wide open. That is Mac Moeller on the touchdown. So a little bit of confusion from the Blue Valley Northwest secondary. He fakes it to Cobbins, and he finds, that was 88, Connor Doble. So that was Connor Doble on the catch. A great play by the tight end. Extra point is good. And so that'll be 41 Stags, the visiting Huskies 0. And we'll go ahead and swing it on over to commercial and be back for kickoff.
It doesn't look like the Huskies are going to get the first win here.
No, it does not. So welcome back to Dixon Doll Stadium here in Roland Park, Kansas. A lovely night. Perfect temperatures for watching football. Bring your blanket. And for the Stags, bring your lunch pail because they've been going to work on the Husky defense all night. It's going to be a short kick fielded by the Huskies at about the 15 and gets a good return up to the 30. 41-0 with 6 minutes left to go here in the half. The Huskies are still in search of their first win. And they're going to need some heroics to find that here tonight. And here come the Huskies offense. They haven't been able to do much tonight. They had a few receivers open on the last drive that they just missed on. And here's a low snap, fumbled. And we're going to see it's just a broken play. He's going to throw it up and out of bounds. So disaster averted for the freshman quarterback, Pauly. And so that'll bring up 2nd and 10, but it could have been much, much worse. So a good job by Pauly to be aware of his surroundings, pick up the ball, and get rid of it. So 2nd and 10 here for the Huskies. Looking to get this offense rolling. And that's a lot to ask from a freshman, a 15-year-old kid, to
go and brave the lights against defending EKL champions, but Paulie's held his composure here tonight. And again, that's a lot to put on a freshman's shoulders to go out, lead a team under a new coach against a back-to-back-to-back state champion team. But Paulie's handled himself well here. Excuse me, back-to-back-to-back-to-back. I'm reminded by a fan here at Dixon Doll. So Paulie drops back, and he's going to be gobbled up in the backfield. It looked like Jalen Williams, the senior, is going to have him in the backfield. So again, we talked about it earlier on those 3rd down and longs. That's not where you want to be against the Stags, especially with Jalen Williams, a great athlete on the edge, who mentioned in the pregame during senior night that he'd like to play college football, and I can certainly see him playing on Saturdays. So the Huskies to punt, and it's blocked! And it's going to be Scruggs who picks it up for the Stags, and the Stags are going to take over at the 8-yard line. And the Stags brought the house. It blocked it. I'm not sure who got a hand on it, but it was a couple Stags in there who were able to block it. And it looked like Scruggs was able to fall on it at about the 8-yard line. And that's where the Stags will take over with 5:09 left to go here in the first half. Pedrati and Cobbins will check in still. This might be one of the last possessions we see them with the score being lopsided. So the give is to Cobbins. And again, some good fight from that front 7 of Blue Valley Northwest, holding Cobbins to no gain. It's bringing up 2nd down. And the Stags still looking to score here. Coach John Holmes, an alumni, when I spoke to Coach Holmes before the game, he remembers playing here at Miege, and he was on the other end of a lot of scores like this. So he's not afraid to continue pushing forward and putting points up on the board. So the give to Cobbins brings him to the 6-yard line, where it'll be 3rd down and goal. And we'll see what the Stags offense wants to do. They've been running the ball effectively here, but they've scored a couple touchdowns on play action passes. So we might see that. And we do see a give to Cobbins, and he's going to go nowhere. And he's going to bring it to about the 3-yard line. And the Stags do not have a very good kicking game, so I would not be surprised to see them go for it here. It looks like they will. Stags have already missed an extra point tonight, and they're down here on the 5-yard line, 4th and goal, a big lead, and they figured they might as well just go for it. And the fake and the play action. Oh, and there it is. You weren't sure who it was to. It looked like Connor Doble reached up and then held his arm back, and then Felipe Wesley is the guy who's going to make the catch. And so a good ball by Pedrati. At least if I'm Pedrati, I'm telling him, yeah, that's where I was throwing it. So a smart play by Doble to bring his arm down and let I believe it was Hudson Bentley make the catch. Hudson Bentley on that touchdown catch. So that'll be Stags 48, Huskies nothing. An absolute bloodbath, 50 to nothing.
I think they're taking all their engines out.
I guess so.
Holmes is upset about that.
What's he upset about?
He wanted Aquinas more blockers.
He wanted what?
I bet he wanted Aquinas more blockers.
Yeah. Welcome back here to a beautiful night in Roland Park at Dixondall Stadium, where the Stags now lead it 48-0. A nice night, 58 degrees out. No breeze, really. And here's the kick from the Stags. It's going to be a short kick, fielded on one hop at the 15. And he's going to run it to the right side for about 10 yards until he's tackled there. So here comes that Huskies offense, who hasn't been able to get much going tonight. Some miscues. They have turned the ball over just once on offense, on kind of a freak interception off of a player's face mask that really should have been caught. So the freshman quarterback so far is taking care of the ball, but he just needs to complete more passes. And there's a good start. It's going to be tipped by the Stags defender before being hauled in by Edward Thomas. So it looked like Jack Kincaid got a hand of it, but Thomas was still able to bring it in. And so Polly picks up a 5-yard gain on that pass. And he's going to swing it out to the running back, who's going to pick up about 3, close to a first down. That's Avion Tucker on the catch. Tucker's gotten most of the work at running back tonight. A lot of the carries. Doing a little bit of everything, catching the ball out of the backfield as well. He's in the pistol now. And Pauly barks out the dummy count and then checks the sideline, see if they want to change the play. Looks like they're going to stick with it. And it's going to be a quarterback draw, and there's Jalen Williams, that man again. And he's going to drag Pauly down for a gain of nothing. So on 3rd and short, they try to get the defense to rush up the field, but the Stags stay home, and there's no room there on that draw. So the Huskies are going to go for it here on 4th down. Going to try to pick up a first down here and see if they can't get some points on the board before the half. So Pauly on the play action. Yep, and that's going to be a pass interference on the Stags. That looked like Ratton on the play. Rattan arrived a little too early. Is going to be called for pass interference. So that's going to be a first down for the Huskies. So Pauly doing a good job moving the change here. And now it's time for the 2-minute drill. Something you practice every week. And let's see what Pauly and the Huskies offense has in store for this final 2 minutes and 16 seconds of the first half. Trying to get on the scoreboard here. Close out the half on a positive note. And that can be a lot for a young team going into the locker room. So he looks for the bubble screen, and just not a very good throw there by the freshman signal caller. And those are the easy ones that you have to hit. When you're trying to get in the rhythm as a quarterback, the coaches are going to try to call some high completion, high percentage plays so you can complete the ball, start moving the change. So that's one of those ones that Pauly really has to hit. Once you can complete one, then things start getting in a rhythm. Motion man is the running back. Now Pauly has the snap go through his hands, and he's going to lose about 15 on that play. And so just like that, a errant pass, I think maybe leads to a little bit of frustration and loss of focus. And he mishandles a pretty good snap. So it's 3rd and 22. Minute 37 and counting left here to go. And we'll see what Pauly and the Huskies offense have dialed up. And it's going to be Jalen Williams again says hello in the backfield. That's going to be his third sack of the night. So he is causing problems for this Husky offense. And I think Mr. Pauly at quarterback has seen enough of him. Would rather stay on his feet, but Williams has just been a real thorn in the side of this Husky offensive line. So that's going to bring up 4th and 22. 50 seconds on the game clock. 10 on the play clock. So they're going to run it down as far as they can and kick it with about 40 seconds left. The last punt was blocked. This one is off, but a wobbler, low end over end. And it's going to be picked up by the Stags and ran out of bounds at about the 40. That was Hudson Bentley on the return. Gets just a couple yards. 26 seconds left in the half. And we'll see what the Stags want to do here, if they want to keep tuning up their 2-minute drill and go for it, if they're going to take a knee and sit on it. So 48-0. 26 seconds left in the first half here. Stags offense takes the field. And it looks like it's just going to be a give up the middle to Cobbins, who makes a few men miss. Picks up 12 in the first down. And that's going to do it for the first half. So first half, all Stags, 48. The visiting Blue Valley North Huskies, nothing. So welcome to homecoming. That's all I got. That's all I had. I didn't know where I was going with that.
That works. Who is that?
AJ Moore.
Skis, baby.
He said he already left. I was going to do some shout outs, but. That block podcast coach is so pissed. Did you hear him? works or not. All right, and welcome back to Dixon Doll Stadium. Second half action about to get underway. It'll be the Blue Valley Northwest Huskies trailing by 48 to kick off from their own 40. It's a short, high, angling kick to the 20, and it looks like the Stag receiver slipped and was not able to get going on that one. It was Jaden Stevenson on the return, and he slips and gets nothing, but the Stags will take over at their own 19, and we'll see, with the score being pretty lopsided, who the Stags trot out there at quarterback. And it looks like Harrison Broadus is going to check into the game at quarterback, and it looks like Deontay Parker is going to handle the carries at running back. A cast of new wide receivers in as well, and that Husky defense won't quit. And two defensive linemen get right up the middle, and that's going to be a loss of about 5 for the Stags. For the Huskies on the play, that looked like Parker Jones. So a nice play by Jones, and now here comes the sophomore quarterback, Harrison Broadus. And the give is going to be to Parker on a toss sweep to the near side, and he gets around the first man and back almost to the original line of scrimmage. That'll bring up third down and just over 10. Well, let's call it 11. So let's see if they let the sophomore throw here. Third and 11 from the 18. So Broadus with Parker to his left. A new cast of wide receivers split out. And he's going to look to the near side and finds his target. That's going to be Richard Estelle, the junior, on the catch. And a nice comeback route by Estelle. And Broadus has his first completion, 1 for 1 on the night, taking over for Sam Pedrati, who led the Stags offense to 48 unanswered points in that first half. So a lopsided game here, 1st and 10 for the Stags, and the give is to Parker. He throws a stiff arm, but that's not going to get him anywhere, and a loss of 4 on the play. So it looks like a lot of new faces checked in on the offensive line as well, and the defensive line of the Huskies is getting a good push. That looked like Sean Dunning in there with a good push. And that'll bring up 2nd and 13 for the Stags. It's going to be Parker on the toss sweep. And again, the Husky defense is swarming like a pack of Huskies. And Parker has absolutely nowhere to go. A good play on the defensive line there by Matt McBride to bust things up. Then it looked like Sam Powell got in on the action as well. Sorry. Ryan Callahan in on the action. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. They're going to let the backup quarterback throw again. He's got his man, and it's an underthrow, but he still makes the catch, and he's got room, makes a man miss. And Richard Estelle off the deflection, makes one heck of a grab. So a throw by Broadus was a little bit behind Estelle. Estelle caught it off the deflection and picked up about 15 more yards after the catch. So a nice catch and run there by the Stags, who have slowed things down and gone to your traditional choir huddle. I'm told that Lynn Dawson invented the choir huddle. And the give is to Parker to the left side, and he squirts through for a couple. And they call it a choir huddle because it looks like just that. It looks like a church choir. You got your big guys up front, and in the second row you got your skill position players, with the quarterback being the choir director. Everyone gets the play from the quarterback. He says break, and they head to the line of scrimmage, and they do just that. So it's going to be Broadus at the 30, 2nd and 7. And the gives to Parker, who spins up into the middle of the line, and he's greeted by that Husky defense, and it's not going anywhere. A nice tackle there by Jack Hungerford, the senior. So Hungerford, manning that linebacking core, made a nice play to limit the Stags to no yards on that carry. So it's going to be 3rd down, and we've seen Broadus throw, and he's going to keep it on the zone read. He's got a little bit of room, and it's going to be close. It's going to depend on the spot, and he's got it. Move the change. So a nice play by Harrison Broadus there. He held it in the belly of Parker just long enough to fool the defensive end to coming down, and he pulled the ball back out and beat him around the edge to pick up 7 yards and move the chains. So Broadus showing off the wheels there. And it's going to be 1st down for the Stags, and the give is to Parker, who found a little bit more room, but then is stood up again by Jack Hungerford. A nice play by the senior. So that'll bring up 2nd down and 7 for the Stags. 6 minutes left now here in the 3rd quarter. Stags have slowed things down. They usually run no huddle, but they're using some of that play clock here. And it's going to be Broadus to pass, and he's got his new favorite target. That looks like Estelle again. He had possibly the post route open. It looked like Joseph Lopez had some space there. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 1 now for the Stags, and Broadus. He's converted on every 3rd down so far this drive, and he'd like to do that again here. Let's see if he can do it. And it's going to be a play action. He's going to find his favorite target, Estelle, and Estelle can't hang on to it, but it looked to be some contact. And we've got some flags on the field, and this one looks like it's probably going to be against the defense. Let's see what we have from the referee. And yep, we got a pass interference. And that'll go on Ryan Callahan, the junior from Overland Park, Kansas. So Callahan arrived a little too early. I think what he did was he kept his hand on his hip and tried to spin him around, and refs are trained to look for that just as much as defensive backs are trained to try to hide that from referees. So that brings up an automatic 1st down for the Stags. 1st and goal from the 6. 48-0 Stags. A toss sweep to the left to Parker. And a nice play by the Husky defense. They met him in the backfield, but Parker did a good job of shedding one tackle and falling forward for a gain of a couple. Bringing up 2nd down and goal now. And we've got a flag on the field. It looks like an illegal procedure on the Stags. So back them up 5 yards. Redo 1st down. So the Stags will have 1st and goal from the 11. And sometimes with an offense like Miege has, you'd almost rather be 11 yards out than 6 yards out. Gives you a whole lot more space to work with, which is what the Stags like to do. So pistol formation, Twins to the left. We'll see what they do. It looks like it's going to be a play action. He's going to roll to the right. He's got a man open, and it looks like he's going to tap the toes. That's good in the NFL, folks. And that's a touchdown from Harrison Broaddus to Jake Ryan. So the sophomore finds the junior for the touchdown, and he taps his toes for 6. 54-0 Stags. And again, the Stags have found success with the play action pass. It looked like a similar play they ran back in the first quarter, and it resulted in the same way with a touchdown for the Stags. Extra point is up and good. That would be Brendan Shea, the senior offensive lineman. So Shea gets the extra point, the big fella. And Jake Ryan gets the touchdown. And welcome back in. Stags just scored again. 55-0 now Stags on the first drive of the half. The Stags held the ball for just over 7 minutes on that drive, so 4:44 left in the half. And the kickoff, a good kick to the 15, and he's got a little bit of room, but a nice play by the Stags that looked to be Jaden Stevenson on the tackle. A nice play by the sophomore. And that'll bring out this Husky offense. We'll see what they look like. This is the first drive of the half for the Husky offense, down 55-0. And it looks like we're going to get another half of the freshman Mikey Pauley. And Pauley completes the pass over the middle. A good ball from Pauley. Gain of about 8. So a tough first half for Pauley. You have a freshman quarterback, a rookie head coach, and you're coming into a pretty hostile environment with a team who's won 4 consecutive state championships. And Pauley's done all he can, and another nice ball by Pauley. Finding some success here. So Pauley hits the out route, and that's going to be Sturdivant on the catch. I've called his name a few times. He's got a few catches on the night. Pauley with some nice touch on that pass over the shoulder and moving the sticks. And you can't score 55 points on one play, so you just need to pick up yards when you can, and that looks to be what this Husky offense is going to try to do. So another nice throw there by Pauley, and he's finding a little bit of a rhythm, completing 3 consecutive passes here to open the second half. And for a young quarterback, that's what you want to do. Get some high percentage throws, get his confidence up, and let him find a little bit of a rhythm. So I'm sure Coach and Pauley talked at halftime and said, hey, what are you comfortable throwing? What are you seeing? What's open? And that conversation leads to a strong start in the second half. His 4th consecutive completion. That was the Tanner Sample with a nice slant route there to find some separation. And Pauley's moving the chains. Looks to move the chains here on 3rd down and 1. So So 3rd and 1 here for the Huskies. He's got the play. We'll see if we get the running game involved, and we do. And there's a nice little seam. And that's going to be Avion Tucker. A nice carry. He picks up about 10 on the play for a first down. And this Huskies offense has found a rhythm here to open the half and been a little on the ground and through the air. And now here comes a quarterback draw. It looked designed. He found the outside. And a strong run by the freshman. Getting 7 yards on the play. So a good pickup. It looked to be a designed quarterback draw there. And Pauly there was able to bounce it to the outside. So that'll bring up 2nd down and 4 for the Huskies. And he's going to drop back to throw again, looking near side on the slants again to Sample. And Tanner Sample hauls in his 2nd catch on this drive. And that'll move the chains. So here come the Huskies approaching the red zone just inside the 30. And they're going with trips to the far side. They got Sturdy Avant here split out to the near side. One-on-one if they want it. And he is going to look that way. And he is going to go up top to Sturdivant, and that's going to draw 2 flags. And Sturdivant had his jersey held as he went to make the catch, and he threw up his arms in a plea. And that plea was answered, and we're going to have a defensive pass interference. A good ball there by Pauly. He put it up in the corner of the end zone where only his receiver could catch it, and I think he maybe could have came down with it if he didn't have 2 Stag defenders draped all over him. So that will be an automatic first down. Another first down on this drive. It's going to be the 6th first down on this drive here for Pauly and the Husky offense. And for the first time tonight, this Husky offense is in the red zone. And so let's see what they can do in the red zone, especially on a game like tonight. You need to come away with points, preferably 6. And the give is to Avion Tucker up the middle, and Tucker dives ahead for a few yards. Not much there, but a positive lean and a couple yards. So that'll bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Huskies now. 1:24 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. And it's going to be Pauly with Tucker in the pistol. Trips to the far side. And he wants to come on a little bit of a shake route by Sturdivant, and Sturdivant can't make the catch. So Sturdivant with a little bit of a slam route where he fakes the slant inside and jets outside. And he had separation, but a low throw behind him led to the incompletion. Pauly probably wishes he had that one back. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 8. And he's looking Sturdivant's way again. And a post corner route, and it's just sailed. And there's going to be no flag. So that's going to bring up 4th down, and I think the Huskies are going to say, what the heck, we're down 55-0. Let's go for it. Let's keep this offense on the field. We've had some good rhythm this drive, and we want some points to show for it. So the Huskies feel they've earned some points here on this drive, and it'd be a real letdown to come away with nothing here after a really good drive. And the Huskies are going to take some time to think about it, so we're going to step away, and we'll be back with 4th down coming up for the Huskies. And welcome back. So we just had the Huskies take their first time out of the half. The Huskies are driving. They're on their best drive of the night, and they want to come away with 6 points. So 4th down and 8 from about the 14-yard line, and the Huskies want to go for it because they want 6 points to show for this effort, and they should. They've had a great drive. Paulie's made a lot of good throws. Tucker's had a few good runs. The Stags have helped them out with some penalties, so they want to come away with points. So let's see what they have dialed up after the timeout. It looks like it's going to be a throw to the far side. He's got a man, and he puts it on him. Paulie, what a throw. Touchdown Huskies. And that is the first score of the night for the Huskies. A great play design out of the timeout. And Paulie put a great throw on the corner route and put it right in the corner of the end zone. A nice catch, tap both toes, 6 points. I would love to give you the name of the young man who hauled that one in, but again, the jerseys are white numbers on white jerseys, so I'm doing the best I can. I wish I could get that name, but a great throw by Paulie and a great catch by that young man in the corner of the end zone to get the Huskies on the board. Extra point is good, and the Huskies looked pretty good on that drive. Picked up a lot of first downs, and so that'll make the score 55-7, and we'll check back in with you after a few words. Can't tell. All right, so welcome back in. 1 minute left here in the third quarter. The Blue Valley Northwest Huskies just put together a great drive, which ended in 6 points on a 4th down play. This kick's going to be deep over the head of the Stags and into the end zone. That's a touchback. So that'll be 1st and 10 for the Stags. But again, to touch on that drive by the Huskies, picked up a lot of first downs, weren't trying to do too much. Mikey Paulie took what the defense gave him, completing some screen routes, slants, and really just matriculating that ball down the field, which led to the Huskies getting in some rhythm. The Stags committed a few penalties to keep the drive going. And then on 4th down, after a timeout, the Huskies drew up the perfect play. And that's Coach Clint Ryder. And they ran a nice little corner route, and Paulie put it right on him for the score. And so that'll bring the Stags offense back out on the field. We got a new quarterback in the game. And the gives up the middle, and not much going there. And that new quarterback in the game is Timothy Dorsey. Dorsey gets the play from Coach Holmes. Back to the huddle. 30 seconds left in the half. They will get this play off. One more play in the half, it looks like. Or in the quarter, excuse me. The third quarter is winding to a close. And it'll be Deontay Parker in the backfield. Joseph Lopez in the slot. And it looks like the Stags moved early there. So illegal procedure on the Stags. Back them up 5. It's going to be 2nd down and 15. So clock at 15 seconds. and counting, so I don't think the Stags are going to get this play off. We'll probably run it to the end of the third quarter. So fourth quarter will begin with the Stags leading 55-7 over the Blue Valley North Huskies. Yeah, I think I'm going to return. And a nice little play action there by the Stags. And that's going to be Timothy Dorsey. And let's see if we can check a number. See a nice catch there by the Stags wideout. Looked like Max Heller. So that'll bring up first down and 10 on after the pass play. Dorsey, the signal caller. (55-7), just the start of the fourth quarter here. And that's a give up the middle. And a nice hard run there by Josh Conklin. Conklin picks up about 4, falling forward. Second down. And they've got twins to the right. Conklin in the backfield with Dorsey, and Conklin gets the carry. He's going to be wrapped up, gobbled up. Loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up third down after Conklin is unable to get things moving. And on homecoming night here for the Stags, a big lead. Good crowd out here to watch some high school football on Friday night. A beautiful 55 degrees, no wind. Homecoming queen crowned at halftime. And now here's the, ball's on the deck on third down. It looked like the Huskies are going to come away with it. And the Stags commit their second turnover of the night. So it looked like a read option. And it looked like Dorsey had a clean exchange. Dorsey kept the ball. And then on first contact, he coughed it up, and the big Husky defensive line was able to jump right on it. So the Huskies make a turnover, and they've got the ball now knocking on the door of the 35-yard line of the Stags. And we'll see if they can have another drive lead to points here. So it's going to be Mikey Pauley heading back out. And that's going to be a handoff, and that's going to be to Tucker, who zigs and zags, but just gets back to the line of scrimmage. Tucker has been bottled up most of the night. He's had a few good runs. Once he's gotten in space, he's made people miss, but the tough part is just that, getting him in space. The Stags defensive line has been stout all night long. So Pauly lets his receivers get set. He's going to stick with the play. And it's going to be a quick screen to the wideout. Makes a nice move. Carries the pile with him about 7 yards. It's going to be close to a first down, just short. Going to bring up about 3rd and short now. So a nice catch there. It looked like Sample on the play. Sample's been busy tonight. And here's the give to Tucker. He's got some room, makes a man miss, drags some more defenders. He's going to have the first down and falls forward all the way across the 20. And a flag comes in late. We might see a face mask possibly on the Stags. We'll see what it is, but right on cue, I gave Tucker some praise, saying he just needed to get into the open field, and he finally did. Made a man miss, dragged the pile, picks up 12, and the Huskies have a first down. The Stags charged with a personal foul face mask, so it's going to be half the distance to the goal, and that's going to bring up first down and goal now just inside the 10. The Huskies are 1 for 1 in the red zone tonight, scoring a touchdown on 4th down. And so they look to get 6 again on their second trip inside the 20. And a pass through the hands of one receiver into the hands of the next. And the Huskies have their second touchdown of the night. And that's Mikey Pauly throwing it to not one, but 2 receivers on the same play. And that's a touchdown. And you know, some people might call it luck, but I'm sure the Huskies will just call it 6 points. So 13-55. Stags still ahead big, but another nice series by the Huskies that leads to 6 points. And the extra point is good to make it 14-55. So Huskies score on back-to-back drives. So 14-55 as we check back in with 4 minutes and 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Huskies scored their second touchdown on Mikey Pauly's second touchdown pass, and Joseph Lopez receives that kick, and he's going to take it to the 30. Return of about 5 yards there by Lopez. And here comes the Stags offense. And we'll see who's checked in to call plays. 55-14. We've got a running clock now in the fourth quarter, so this will all be over in about 4 minutes. But the Huskies have to like what they've seen out of their freshman quarterback here in the second half, leading 2 touchdown scores, throwing a couple touchdown passes, showing some mental toughness after being down big and still hanging in there, competing. That's what you like to see. And a nice run there by Conklin and the Stags. And it looks like Broadus has checked back in at quarterback. And with a freshman quarterback and a first-year head coach, you're going to take your lumps. But you also like to celebrate the many victories that you have. And a nice couple drives here on the second half. You've got to celebrate that. And the give again goes to Conklin. And he picks up the first down that's going to move the chains. And for the Stags, they really got back on track tonight. They had lost 2 out of their last 3 games. Their offense hadn't done much in those games. They lost a heartbreaker to Rockers here in front of 8,000 people at Dixon-Dahl Stadium, 14-13. They bounced back and beat Blue Valley thanks to a great defensive effort. And then they lost to their bitter rivals, St. Thomas Aquinas, last week, only scoring 21 points, which is not much for the Stags. And so Stags offense gets back on the board tonight, gets back rolling with some momentum heading into districts. And for the Blue Valley Northwest Huskies, all that matters is districts. So throw the regular season record out, go win your district, and you're in the playoffs. So they can forget about the first 8 losses of the season, go win 3 games, and you'll get to play another. And there's a run here by Harrison, and not a lot of space, makes the guy miss, and Broadus picks up a couple to bring up 3rd down, gets out of bounds, but running clock, just over a minute and a half left to go here in the ball game. So looking forward, the Stags get to go play some 4A competition now. They have not lost to a 4A school since 2008. Fun fact for you. So Broadus in the pistol. And it's going to be a play action. He's going to look to throw. And he's going to, nearly intercepted. A good play by the Husky defensive back. His target was number 84. That's Max Heller out there. It was Max Heller, and out there on the route. Looking good at number 84. And it'll be Broadus to take the snap with Conklin. And it looks like there's going to be time for one more snap that they'll have to do before we close the books on this one and shake hands. And everybody jumped. Clock is at 0. We'll see what the referees want to do. Got a delay of game. And we're going to call ball game. So, folks, it's been a pleasure bringing you this game from 8-10 varsity. Stags roll tonight 55-14. And the dynasty is alive and well. Stags offense gets back on track and scores 48 unanswered in the first half. The Huskies get things going in the second half, score a couple of touchdowns, but it's not going to be enough. So on homecoming for Bishop Miege, the Stags are victorious, and district play starts next week. We'll see you then. Tune back in to 8-10 varsity. Thanks again, folks. Have a great night. Drive safe.
All right, we did it.
We made it through. We survived that one.